All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are digging into the science of, well, you. But maybe not the you think you are. We're talking about the you that you are creating right now, in this very moment. We're going to explore the incredible science of how your identity gets formed, and way more importantly, how you can become the one holding the blueprints.
So let's start with a really big question, and I want you to actually think about this for a second. Who is really running your life? I mean, who's at the controls? You might think the answer's obvious. Well, I am, but the science tells us it's a little more complicated than that. And this quote right here from The Journey of Non-Consciousness just nails it. That voice in your head, the one that's always narrating everything, a huge part of what it says is just an echo. It's a program that was installed a long time ago by your family, your culture, your experiences. It's basically secondhand thought.
Okay, get ready for this, because this number is pretty staggering. Researchers figure that up to 95% of your thoughts are totally automated. They're the exact same thoughts you had yesterday, just running on a loop. That's not just a feeling, that is the biological definition of being on autopilot. So why does this happen? Well, it's not a bug, it's a feature. Your brain is unbelievably powerful. We're talking trillions of connections, millions of gigs of storage. It's an energy hog, using up 20% of your body's power. So its number one job is to be efficient. And it does that by putting everything it can on autopilot to save energy. And neuroscientists actually have a name for this autopilot system. They call it the default mode network, or DMN. It's what kicks in whenever you're not focusing on something specific. The DMN is the storyteller. It takes all your past experiences and weaves them into the story of you, creating your sense of self. It's like the ghost in the machine. This tree of change is a perfect way to see how that story gets written. Think about it like this. The roots, that's all the stuff coming from the outside. Your culture, your family, society. The trunk, well, those are the core beliefs that grow out of those roots. The branches are your automatic thoughts. And the fruit, that's the results you see in your life. So here's the bottom line. If you've ever felt stuck, like you're just repeating the same old patterns, it's not some personal failure. It's not your fault. It's just your brain doing its job perfectly. It's become super efficient at running the program of the person you were yesterday. But here's the thing. This is where the whole story changes. That program you've been running, it's not permanent. The hardware can be updated. Because, and this is so important, your brain isn't fixed. And the master key that unlocks all of this potential is this beautiful scientific concept called neuroplasticity. I mean, this is your brain's built-in superpower. It's the ability to physically change its own wiring based on your experiences. It is living biological proof that you can always change. And we're not talking about some minor little tweak here. Neuroplasticity is so powerful that it's what allows the brain to recover from a serious injury, to restore abilities after a stroke. It even lets one half of the brain take over the job of the other half after major surgery. It's the very reason you can learn anything new, no matter how old you are. Which, of course, leads us to the most important question of all. If our brains are constantly changing anyway, how do we get into the driver's seat? How do we become the one who's consciously directing that change, instead of just being a passenger to our old programming? And that is exactly what the 12 journeys are all about. It's not just theory. It's a practical framework. It's a set of real, evidence-based tools that are designed to help you grab the wheel, harness that power of neuroplasticity, and intentionally rewire your own brain. Let's look at a couple. Take the journey of acceptance. Now, this isn't about giving up. It's about creating the internal safety that your brain needs to grow. Drawing on the work of people like Carl Rogers and Kristen Neff, we learned that self-compassion actually calms down the brain's threat response, which then allows it to build new, healthier neural pathways. And once you have that foundation of acceptance, you can move into something like the journey of gratitude. This one is such a powerful state changer. The science from pioneers like Robert Emmons is crystal clear. Simple practices like gratitude journaling literally strengthen the brain circuits for positivity. You're training your brain to look for what's right instead of what's wrong. Then you have the journey of vision. This is where we tap into the brain's amazing ability to simulate the future. It's what Stephen Covey meant by begin with the end in mind. When you create a really clear vision of your future self and you combine it with a powerful, positive emotion, you are literally giving your brain a new blueprint to work from, a new you for it to automate. And what all of this work really leads to is this profound shift in understanding, which Wayne Dyer captured so perfectly here. Living a giant life, it's not about going out and getting something you don't have. It's about rewiring your inner world so that you can finally see and tune into the abundance that's already here. So I want you to let this sink in. This is your new truth. You are not your programming. Feeling stuck is not your destiny. You have, right now, the ability to take the controls. The architect of your inner world, the creator of your reality, that's you. It has always been you. So, if you're ready to stop being a creature of your past and start being the creator of your future, well, your journey begins today. You can visit my12journeys.com to learn more about how the Sum Gigante program can guide you. The only question left is, who will you decide to become tomorrow?